Good morning, guys. I hope everyone is having a good Wednesday. Like I told you, here is a little discussion about a snare for Srayosi. I also am going to put this document into Power School under 5th grade classroom supports. So hopefully you read this by yourself. Here, I have made some notes on the page to help you answer the questions. So it asks what the plot is. Remember, a plot is a series of events. And at the beginning of the plot, it talks about the characters, which we know are Shah and Srayosi. The setting right now is in a tank, and we are trying to figure out what is the conflict. And the conflict is the problem or the struggle. Our rising action, which I know Mrs. Michael definitely taught, is when the problem grows more and more serious. The question that I ask you, what problems have Srayosi and Shah faced so far? So it wasn't just on this page. This page where it says problem number 1, their first problem is that their hands and feet were tied and they're trapped underwater. So as you see below, the first problem is ... Remember to always answer in a complete sentence. And then the second problem is, here, I underlined it. The walls of the tank began to move inward, making the room inside the tank smaller and smaller. So basically is the walls are closing in and they're going to be crushed. Okay? So the second page or second part of chapter 1, it asks you to cite evidence. Look for details about Shah and his character. This is not asking what he looks like, but his personality. So when we read here, you have to say what it is and cite the evidence. Shah is calm and even-tempered. In the text, it says that he was able to remain cool, even in the most torturous circumstances. It also asks, do you think he's a good brother? I think he is a good brother. So here's where you're citing evidence. Because in the beginning, it says he would have said, great, sis, even though he couldn't. This shows that he is supportive of his sister. The next question is chapters, or the sections of a story. It asks about a predicament. A predicament is a difficult situation. So their current predicament is that they are stuck inside of this cage. And Shah, he can't get his wrist apart. The last sentence here, guys, it says, he began to meditate, which means you focus on calming yourself down. He began to meditate knowing his sister would figure a way out for both of them. She always did. Guys, that's called foreshadowing. And when we foreshadow, or when we hear foreshadowing, it means it's a clue about what might happen in the future. So the clue is she always did. So next chapter, we're going to figure out how she gets them out of the predicament. Stay tuned for chapter 2 discussion.